This is every forgotten British spy plane of World War II. Photo reconnaissance aircraft, electronic warfare platforms, radar jammers, modified bombers, high-altitude prototypes, and naval observers. Over 45 secret designs, some ingenious, some obsolete, and some never revealed until now. First up, photo reconnaissance aircraft. Supermarine Spitfire PR Mk4. This unarmed photo reconnaissance variant was stripped of weapons and fitted with extra fuel tanks. Its extended range allowed deep penetration missions over occupied Europe. It captured crucial intelligence photographs at high altitude. De Havilland Mosquito PR Mk16. The wooden wonder excelled in the reconnaissance role. Its combination of speed and high-altitude performance made it nearly impossible to intercept. It photographed enemy installations across Germany with impunity throughout the war. Next, Supermarine Spitfire PR Mk19. This was the ultimate Spitfire reconnaissance variant. Powered by the Griffon engine, it operated at extreme altitudes above 40,000 feet. Its pressurized cockpit allowed pilots to photograph targets while remaining beyond enemy fighter reach. De Havilland Mosquito PR Mk1. The earliest reconnaissance Mosquito variant entered service in 1941. It proved the concept of the unarmed, high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. Its wooden construction allowed rapid production while maintaining exceptional performance characteristics. Now, this is the Supermarine Spitfire PR Mk11. This mid-war reconnaissance variant became one of the most widely used photo aircraft. It featured improved cameras and enhanced fuel capacity. Thousands of vital intelligence photographs were captured by this elegant machine over Fortress Europe. Bristol Blenheim Mk4 reconnaissance variant. This twin-engine aircraft served in the photo reconnaissance role during the early war years. It was gradually outclassed by faster enemy fighters. Despite increasing losses, it provided essential intelligence during the Battle of France and beyond. Next, Lockheed Hudson reconnaissance variant. Originally an American design, the Hudson was adapted for coastal reconnaissance duties. It monitored enemy shipping and submarine activity around British waters. Its reliability made it valuable for long maritime patrol missions. Up next, de Havilland Mosquito PR Mk34. This late-war variant represented the pinnacle of Mosquito reconnaissance development. It featured pressurization and extended range for strategic missions. Only small numbers were completed before the European War concluded. Next up, electronic warfare and radar aircraft. Handley Page Halifax GR Mk6. This heavy bomber was converted for electronic intelligence gathering and radar calibration duties. It carried specialized equipment to monitor enemy radar emissions. These missions provided crucial data for developing effective countermeasures against German defenses. Vickers Wellington Mk8. This variant was equipped with early airborne radar for detecting surfaced submarines. It operated primarily over the Atlantic and Bay of Biscay. The Wellington's radar capability significantly increased the effectiveness of anti-submarine operations. Next, Bristol Beaufighter equipped with AI radar. The Beaufighter carried airborne interception radar for night fighting operations. Its powerful radar system allowed it to locate enemy bombers in complete darkness. This capability revolutionized night air defense over Britain. Armstrong Whitworth Whitley radar trials aircraft. The Whitley served as an experimental platform for developing and testing early airborne radar systems. These trials were essential for perfecting radar technology. Much of Britain's radar advancement was proven aboard this reliable aircraft. Now, this is the Avro Lancaster, equipped with H2S radar. This bomber variant carried the revolutionary H2S ground mapping radar system. The radar allowed navigation and target identification through clouds and darkness. It represented a significant technological advantage in the strategic bombing campaign. Short Stirling radio countermeasures variant. This 4-engine bomber was modified to carry electronic jamming equipment against German radar installations. It flew missions specifically designed to disrupt enemy air defense networks. These operations protected bomber streams during major raids. Next, Handley Page Halifax radio countermeasures variant. Similar to the Stirling, this Halifax was fitted with specialized jamming transmitters. It operated as part of dedicated electronic warfare squadrons. Its missions degraded German radar effectiveness throughout occupied Europe. Up next, de Havilland Mosquito equipped with Serrate radar. This Mosquito variant carried Serrate equipment designed to home in on German night fighter radar emissions. It hunted enemy aircraft by detecting their own radar signals. This turned the Germans' technological advantage against them. Continuing with converted bombers and modified reconnaissance variants. Avro Lancaster PR variant. This stripped-down Lancaster was converted for long-range photographic reconnaissance over distant targets. Heavy armament was removed to increase speed and range. It conducted vital mapping missions across the Far East and Pacific theaters. Handley Page Halifax PR variant. The Halifax bomber was adapted for strategic reconnaissance missions requiring heavy payload capacity. It carried multiple camera configurations and additional fuel tanks. These conversions provided intelligence on heavily defended German industrial targets. Next, Armstrong Whitworth Whitley reconnaissance variant. Before its retirement from bombing duties, the Whitley served in photographic reconnaissance roles. It operated on clandestine missions over German-occupied territory during the early war. Its slow speed eventually made it too vulnerable for continued operations. Vickers Wellington reconnaissance variant. This medium bomber was modified extensively for long-range maritime reconnaissance and photographic intelligence. It monitored enemy naval movements and coastal installations. The Wellington's adaptability made it invaluable across multiple reconnaissance roles. Now, this is the short Stirling reconnaissance variant. Britain's first four-engine heavy bomber was converted for photographic and electronic reconnaissance after becoming obsolete for bombing. Its spacious fuselage accommodated extensive camera and electronic equipment installations. It served effectively in secondary reconnaissance roles. Bristol Blenheim long-range reconnaissance variant. This modified Blenheim featured extra fuel tanks and camera equipment for extended reconnaissance missions. It operated primarily in the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern theaters. Despite being outclassed in Europe, it remained useful in less contested airspace. Next, Handley Page Hampden reconnaissance variant. The Hampden bomber was adapted for coastal reconnaissance and anti-submarine patrol duties. Its narrow fuselage earned it the nickname Flying Suitcase. It monitored enemy shipping until replaced by more capable aircraft. Up next, Avro Anson reconnaissance variant. Originally a coastal reconnaissance aircraft, the Anson continued modified reconnaissance duties throughout the war. It served reliably for training reconnaissance crews and conducting maritime patrol. Its longevity demonstrated its fundamentally sound design. Continuing with high altitude and experimental reconnaissance. Vickers Wellington Mk6 high altitude variant. This specialized Wellington featured a pressurized cabin for operations above 40,000 feet. It was designed specifically for high-altitude reconnaissance beyond enemy fighter reach. Technical challenges limited its operational deployment, despite promising performance. Armstrong Whitworth Whitley high-altitude experiments. The Whitley served as a testbed for pressurization systems and high-altitude flight research. These experimental flights advanced British understanding of stratospheric operations. The knowledge gained influenced later reconnaissance aircraft development. Next, Supermarine Spitfire Mk7 pressurized variant. This fighter variant featured full pressurization for extended high-altitude operations. While primarily designed for interception, it proved reconnaissance capabilities at extreme altitudes. Its service demonstrated the feasibility of pressurized cockpit technology. De Havilland Mosquito pressure cabin experiments. Experimental Mosquitoes tested advanced pressurization systems for ultra-high-altitude reconnaissance missions. These trials pushed the aircraft beyond its normal operational ceiling. The modifications enabled strategic reconnaissance at previously impossible altitudes. Now, this is the Vickers Warwick high-altitude reconnaissance prototype. This uncommon aircraft was developed as a potential high-altitude reconnaissance platform. Performance issues and development delays prevented widespread adoption. Only limited numbers were completed before the project was abandoned. Bristol Buckingham reconnaissance prototype. The Buckingham was designed as a high-speed bomber, but was tested for reconnaissance applications. Its development came too late to see operational service. The prototype demonstrated advanced aerodynamic features for its time. Next, Gloster F9 by 37 high-altitude fighter reconnaissance. This experimental aircraft explored extreme altitude interception and reconnaissance capabilities. Twin engines and pressurization were incorporated into the radical design. The project was eventually cancelled in favor of other developments. Up next, Miles M20 Reconnaissance Evaluation. This emergency fighter design underwent trials for potential reconnaissance adaptation. Its unusual construction and performance characteristics were evaluated thoroughly. The aircraft never progressed beyond experimental status before cancellation. Continuing with naval and coastal reconnaissance. Fairey Swordfish Reconnaissance Variant. This venerable biplane torpedo bomber was adapted for coastal reconnaissance and anti-submarine patrol. Despite its obsolete appearance, it remained effective throughout the war. Its slow speed actually proved advantageous for detailed observation missions. Next, Supermarine Walrus Amphibious Reconnaissance. This single-engine amphibian served aboard Royal Navy warships for naval reconnaissance and SE rescue. Its ability to operate from water made it invaluable for fleet operations. The Walrus rescued countless downed aircrews from hostile waters. Short Sunderland Maritime Reconnaissance. This massive four-engine flying boat conducted long-range maritime patrol and reconnaissance across the Atlantic. Its endurance allowed missions lasting over 13 hours. The Sunderland's firepower earned it respect from enemy submarines and aircraft. Next up, Light Liaison and Tactical Observation. Westland Lysander. This high-wing monoplane was designed specifically for Army cooperation and tactical observation. Its exceptional short-field performance allowed operations from rough forward airstrips. The Lysander famously conducted clandestine missions, inserting and extracting agents across occupied Europe. Taylorcraft Auster Mk3. This small liaison aircraft provided vital tactical reconnaissance for ground forces throughout the war. Its simple construction and reliability made it ideal for forward observation duties. Artillery spotting became its primary role on multiple fronts. Next, Miles Magister Observation Variant. Originally a trainer, the Magister was occasionally adapted for light liaison and observation duties. Its docile handling characteristics made it suitable for communications missions. Limited numbers served in secondary reconnaissance roles. Stinson Reliant Liaison Aircraft. This American-built aircraft was adopted by the RAF for light communications and observation. Its comfortable cabin accommodated staff officers and important dispatches. The Reliant operated quietly behind the scenes throughout the war. Now, this is the de Havilland Tiger Moth Observation Variant. The famous Tiger Moth trainer occasionally served in coastal observation and light liaison roles. Its slow speed and open cockpit provided excellent visibility for patrol missions. These adaptations demonstrated British resourcefulness in utilizing available aircraft. Miles Messenger. This light communications aircraft was designed late in the war for liaison and observation duties. Its compact design allowed operation from minimal facilities. Production remained limited, with few entering operational service before war's end. Next, Percival Proctor Communications Aircraft. The Proctor served extensively in communications and light liaison roles across all theaters. Its cabin configuration allowed comfortable transport of personnel and urgent documents. Reliability made it indispensable for administrative reconnaissance missions. Up next, Taylorcraft Auster Mk5. This improved Auster variant featured enhanced performance for tactical observation missions. It directed artillery fire with exceptional accuracy from low altitudes. The Mark V became the standard British air observation post aircraft. Finally, we have secret prototypes and cancelled projects. De Havilland DH-98 High-Speed Reconnaissance Prototype. This experimental variant explored extreme performance boundaries beyond standard Mosquito capabilities. Advanced engine configurations and aerodynamic refinements were tested extensively. The project remained classified, but influenced post-war reconnaissance aircraft development. Supermarine Type 371 High-Altitude Reconnaissance Project. This secret design proposed a purpose-built stratospheric reconnaissance aircraft with revolutionary pressurization systems. Development was initiated, but never progressed beyond preliminary design stages. Resources were redirected to proven aircraft modifications instead. Now, this is the Martin Baker MB-5 Reconnaissance Adaptation Proposal. This advanced fighter design was evaluated for potential high-speed reconnaissance conversion. Its exceptional performance characteristics showed promise for deep penetration missions. The project was abandoned when the war in Europe concluded.